Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to the Sweetwater Minute. I'm coming to you today on location from Los Angeles. I'm at Center Staging in the AR office of Roland, and I'm joined by the Artist Relations Manager for Roland. This is Dan Krisher. Hi, Dan. Thanks for opening up your office to us and sitting down with us. You have a fascinating gig here and a fascinating facility, and so I wanted to take a chance to sit down. I don't think most people see this side of what goes on with manufacturers and artists and the whole thing.
Well, what my gig is about at Roland is being an extension of our sales and our marketing department. Mm-hmm. And what we've created is essentially what we think is a pretty unique program. We, as opposed to other companies who have, tiers that they base their artist relations program on, we base ours on relationships. Mm-hmm. So what we look for are people who are pretty much any age bracket. We've got artists as young as 19 years old, the complete gamut. But what we seek mostly are people who are thoroughly enthusiastic about using our products. Right. And want to express that to either their fan base or to our customers who are our fan base. And so that's what we look for. We look for people who are also may not sometimes be the best players, but maybe doing something that's really unique with the product that maybe people haven't thought about before and might engage them creatively in a way they haven't thought about before with the product. So again, a lot of what I do is finding people who want to be ambassadors and talk about what our products do. And this facility that we're in right now, we're really fortunate. We're in a rehearsal studio that essentially is the go-to place on the West Coast for major tours to come and prep either for television or for their tours. Mm-hmm. So you name it, whatever A-list artist is out there, he or she will come through this facility sometime during the year, depending on what they're intending to do. And so through that, it's a great conduit because it enables artists to come in to the office, to an environment that's quiet, that's private, for them to be able to try out the product in the way that's best for them. Sure. And it's hard for, especially in Los Angeles, it's hard for artists to go to music stores because they're so readily recognized. Right. So to have a facility like this where they can come in and it can be private, they can bring their management, they can bring their other musicians and be able to try out the product is key for what we're trying to accomplish. And it's enabled us to do things like reach artists that we might not have had access to in the past, vice versa, artists who may not have had the time or just may have been, a lot of times it comes down to just being too busy, being on the road so much that they're here for one day and they've got a chance to talk to us. Right. And we design the space with that goal in mind. It's not a retail environment. It's an environment for artists to try out the gear in a way that makes sense when they use it on stage. Right. So the keyboard displays are set up so they're like the ones that a keyboardist would normally be used to on a live gig. Same with drum and percussion setups and things like that. Right. We want it very real world. So that way they can get an idea of what the gear can do for them on stage or in the studio in the best possible light. Right. Yeah, it's a great facility. You've got kind of two rooms here. There's a little stage here, kind of a staging area. We shot some videos here earlier. We shot some videos in the other room. You have a bar kind of set up, not a alcohol serving bar, but a kind of a bar area where you can sit with your chairs and things. And so it's a comfortable environment to come in and really be able to check stuff out. And Center Staging is amazing. And it's a huge facility here, and we were walking through, and they were just pointing out, so-and-so's in here, and so-and-so's in here, and so-and-so's here. So it really is a meeting place for a lot of the major artists to come together and do their work. So yeah, it's very cool that Roland has a presence here. It's also, I think, interesting for a lot of people who maybe are just fans of music, but who don't know a lot about the music industry. They don't think of a place like Center Staging existing because you don't think about, if you're not a musician, you don't think about, well, gee, where do tours go to actually practice their music. And this is the place where they go. I mean, they can't go out, they don't go in the backyard to their garage or someplace. They have to go to someplace like center staging. And one of the great things about center staging also is, I have to throw some perks out to the staff. The staff here is just the best. And, you know, part of what happens is semis will pull up. They have a few hours to unload the semis, get all the gear into a rehearsal room, get everything set up, and within just hours, so the band can then start rehearsing, because like everything, time's money.
Sure.
So it costs to rehearse here. So again, the staff that they have here is about as knowledgeable as the musicians whom they are servicing themselves. They're all great musicians and technicians themselves.
Right. There's a cafe here, great cafe here. They kind of cater some of those things. And so it's I can see where as an artist, it's a great place to come and really kind of perfect your show before you go on tour with it. So.
And if you're a musician like me, it can be inspiring.
I imagine
just to walk around and
hear what's coming out of the different rooms.
Hear the music and say to yourself, this is that song I heard on the radio being played live. I mean, it's an amazing experience.
Very cool.
To have that around you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down with us, and I appreciate your hospitality and opening the rooms up and letting us shoot some videos and things here.
My pleasure.
We're most appreciative. Yeah. Center staging is great. It's been a lot of fun.
Cool.
So thanks very much.
Thank you, Mitch.
I'm Mitch Gallagher. Thanks for joining me for the Sweetwater Minute.